All right, so I will make a motion to open the Owensville Town Council REH Board Lease Agreement meeting, 6:30 PM on August the 4th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we'll open it up for discussion. Does anybody have anything to say about the lease agreement as it is written? Has everybody had a chance to look at it?
I just got it.
Okay.
I just got it, so I'm sorry. Are you the one that I think you have in front of you, or the one that Sanders originally sent out? Which one are we in?
I have the one that was sent to me by your attorney,
Okay.
because I've been in communications with your attorney.
Okay.
So we've talked, and this is what we've come up with as just a general one for everybody to consider.
Okay.
Yep.
And I guess, in my mind, the only, unless you guys have issues with the language, which the attorneys kind of worked it out, I think we need to determine the initial term, you know, a couple of these, just these blank spots here, you know.
So,
Kind of a budget deadline.
yeah. So on the initial term and everything, I think after that, after we get this initial one, and really even the initial one shouldn't be a big issue, but it would just kind of go with the boards, that way the new board can adopt the lease with, when they come into office. I mean, would that be fair? That would be every 4 years. There would be a new lease agreement, just so that the new people
Yeah, there's
sitting on the
always-
board do what?
There's always a turnover.
Right. So, I mean, I just want to make sure that we protect the town for the future, you know, for the future as we go forward. And the initial agreement, I mean, all three of us are up at the end of 27, so this would be, what, a one-year agreement to begin with, and then,
It'd be auto renewal then for the next 3 years.
do what?
It'd be an auto renewal then for the next 3 years.
After the,
Initial first year.
right. Right, so we would have what we do today, and then it would have to be renewed, January of 28, and then after that, it would have to be renewed every 4 years. Or just re-agreed upon. I mean, nothing would have to change, it would just have to be all parties that are new resigning.
And all reacquaint themselves with the lease,
Right.
because it's been so old right now, that it's all dead.
No, for all of them.
Well-
Close.
Yeah.
And that way you would, if you done it, at the beginning of a new term,
Sure.
then, cause how do you guys do your terms? Is it just all voluntary?
It's all voluntary.
So, I mean, you guys, may or may not have a turnover rate depending on, the comings and goings of the REH board. But with us up here, I mean, we have a set deadline, so we could set it on that, and then it would catch everybody new within a reasonable amount of time, I think.
I think that's reasonable.
Well, I know after this year, CT won't be on it because he's not running again. I'll have a new board member on it myself. I will.
But, and so then they would get caught back up on the 28th, or
I will do
January
that- I will do that for
28th.
him. I will go ahead and do that for him before the intended meeting.
So is everybody okay with that? With that?
I'm okay with that. In Article 1 under where it says lease premises, the lawyer was supposed to remove including parking area, driveways, and landscape, that we're not responsible for that, that's on you guys.
I think that's probably one of the areas you all need to discuss, like who's responsible for what, and I think we left that in because we didn't know who was going to be responsible for what.
Well, I know that, just because I read it, I didn't mark that because I read it. But there is another, maybe in the maintenance obligations, where it talked, probably not.
It's in section 4.2 is the maintenance obligations. I marked that as well.
I was talking more like the mowing and taking care of the property. It does talk about that in here, how that is the responsibility
4.2B.
of the town. Yes. So in 4.2B, it does say that the lessor shall provide and perform all exterior grounds maintenance. So I don't,
Snow and ice,
We would be
driveways,
the lessor,
sidewalks.
so do you all want to be responsible for the maintaining of the
I mean, it already said,
grass mowing? Are they already doing that?
right, we already,
Okay.
and it already says that we are. So
Okay.
I guess it just, the Article 1 kind of contradicts Article 4.2B, right?
It does. If you keep it in like that, it does, yeah. So we can always just line that out and take it out.
And then in 4.2, that makes you guys totally responsible for the building, the roof, gutters,
Correct.
Mhm. And-
major heating, we'll do routine maintenance of the furnaces.
Mhm.
Okay.
There's all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's what's in the overview. You got a mention on it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a separate one.
So my question is, section 4.2 has us responsible for maintaining and paying for everything. Is there a provision where we can, like the REH can contribute and help out, or is that not something that you want to put in here, or? I guess we just need to be very clear about who's doing what and who's paying for what.
Right. So one thing that we are working on learning is like how we are able to apply for grants and stuff. So we're getting very mixed signals on us as a city, if we're allowed to apply for grants for the building.
Why?
Why you own it, it should be.
Do, I can't hear. I forgot my hearing aids.
Oh.
So,
Because there were grants we couldn't apply for because we didn't own the building.
When can the city apply for grants?
Yeah, they can do that through the state.
Okay, but that's what I didn't know.
well, you're not the only one that has told me that.
There's museum grants. One reason why they went ahead and done this years ago, according to what Ron Denning told me, that's the reason why they call it REH, because it represents what these grants have to get in order for them to donate.
So does the building does it have to be classified a certain way in order to?
That should already be classified for that in the original.
Okay.
So.
Unless.
That happened 30 years ago. That's out of my
I mean,
league.
Eric found a current website that we went through, and I tried to apply for all the ones that I could, since we didn't own the building, but I don't remember the name of it, but I mean, we would fall under recreational, we would fall under historical, we'd fall under educational, it's, I mean,
Okay.
You just click on and there's multiple
And then
grants that can be applied for.
Corey was talking about another one that he found, he's looking at.
One I just quickly found was similar to the community crossing grants, but it's for public utility, or public. It's the Office of Community and Rural Affairs has a community development block grant, local infrastructures, public facilities, and housing. I just Googled it, so I don't know anything about it. It sounds like it fits what we're doing. I also found on, I gotta remember where I found it, there was a representative, one of the representatives' websites had a place where you could go to request him to request us money from the state. So I meant to have that conversation with you, but I don't think we had that last month.
Or separate state representatives, Matt Hossettler.
Yeah, maybe it was federal. I don't remember who it was. I gotta get back on there, but it was for our district. But there were several local towns that had applied for that. You could see it was who all had asked for things, and
Well, then there is the EREC money,
yeah.
that one he keeps giving away to Poseyville and everybody else that you guys can apply for that we can't.
So we can build data centers.
Regardless, section 4.2 has the town paying for everything, and I know sometimes the REH has fundraisers and stuff, and you guys have paid in the past for the floor, part of the floors and stuff, and is that going to continue, or is just the town going to be paying for all of these repairs? Because I think a roof is needed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we look at it like it's a renter. If you own the property, you as the landlord are responsible for the upkeep. And the renter is, if any damage occurs, then that's up to us to fix. Unless, if we cause it. But we've got cameras up now, and we're trying to get the alarm system set up. They're already set up, so we can visually recognize those people. We called Roger a few times.
So I don't think what Sandra's asking for is like an obligation. I think she's saying that if we do our due diligence and say we raise $80,000 and it costs $120,000 for a new roof, do we need to put language in here
We should.
that says that you guys are able to help pay the rest of that?
We're financially able, we run on a shoestring budget of between $4,000 and $7,000 a year, depending on what rentals and donations were given to us.
I understand.
We're
that.
not trying to obligate.
It's not like an obligation. It's just a pathway in the agreement that says that you can if you have it.
So
Or
you're
if
saying
you're
if
able.
she gets a grant, 10 to 20,000, that grant needs to go to the building, is that what you're saying?
I'm saying,
That would be
We're-
entirely up to you.
and
If
we're,
you wanted, I mean, because if we fall short and we get to $80,000 and we can't get to the 110, you're not getting a new roof. Whether it's our responsibility to do it or not, we don't have the money.
You can't put in requests for your budget, I mean, I know I've turned it in the last 2 years on budget requests for a new roof, so you guys can start planning that and applying for and looking for that versus waiting until it's too late.
So
Okay,
I have
okay,
asked
so-
if there's a way
So
to,
section 5.1 has it in there, that you guys can make improvements. But if they're it says, I think it was the last line here, which is like 6, maybe the whole freaking thing's one big. Any alteration, addition, or improvement made by the lessee after such consent, meaning we have to approve it, shall have been obtained, shall be made strictly in accordance with all the building codes and all the regulations. And all such alterations, additions, or improvements, and any fixtures installed by you guys, including wall paneling, shall become the property of the lessor upon the expiration of the lease. So,
yeah, that wall paneling needs to come out. There's some old language from
it's
the old.
probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean.
So I mean,
yeah.
there's ways for you guys to do improvements on it. And still, I mean, to me, that sounds like that's the language we're talking about. Is that?
I think 4.2, and this is just a beginning, this is a rough, very rough draft. I think 5.1 and 4.2 are sections that we didn't know what to do with because they kind of compete against each other. There's improvements in 5.1, but then there's the maintenance obligations and things of that nature. That includes roof and footings and structural walls and sidewalks and things. And then you have the improvements. Well, how does that fit together? So those two are going to have to, we're going to have to figure out how you all want it phrased.
I mean, in the past, we've kind of always operated that anything on the inside of the building, we have tried to pay for and take care of with assistance of the line from the park board and the town board if we did not have the funds. Anything outside the building, like the roof, the walls, the sidewalk, that falls back on the town. But us as a board would not have enough money to put in 4 new furnaces, or if it's major plumbing, that we can be responsible for this. Can we take care of the routine maintenance? Yes, we normally can do that.
And I don't think anybody here is trying to make you guys responsible for
But I
that.
mean, that's kind of what 4.2 says, if I'm reading that right. I guess I'm confused on
It says that
where
the-
the
it says-
questions.
So the question that was brought up was, is there a pathway, is there language stating that you guys can help if you have the available funds? Not that you have to help, just like you helped with the floor, or just like you guys did the floor. And
And other things that you currently are working on, right? You got other projects that you got going on too. I think the question isn't I mean, we're trying to set it up that we're putting the responsibility of certain things on the correct. Okay, so if we want to do this, what we currently operated under, where we take care of the main fixtures, the building, which is typically what you would see, and you guys handled all the maintenance and upkeep of the interior, that's fine, but if you want to replace the roof, the question is there language in here for you guys to be allowed to do that, or it to be done in a way?
Fill out that form when we had the meeting.
No, that's not it. That's literally you guys saying, this needs to be fixed, and this is how much we think it needs to be done. You know, we've gotten and then we try to do that. That's not in question. The question is, if you guys raise funds for something that needs to be done on the building, is there language in here that allows you to do that?
Is there language in there that explicitly says we can't do that?
I don't see that.
No.
right, and we don't see,
No.
But as we're talking about this, it sounds like we've got 2 sections that are,
Kind of competing.
Yes, kind of
Competing.
competing.
so, I mean, I don't, honestly, I don't see them competing, but maybe I'm just reading it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things, like 5.1, like the concession stand we wanted to improve on or rebuild, that would be on us. That's not imperative to the function or the structure of the building. That's an improvement that would be on us, that's the way I do that. Now, the roof,
The cabinets in there for the
yeah,
memorial store.
failing mortar, sidewalks falling in, things like that would fall on you guys. The roof, if we've got excess funds or have additional funds and we wanna contribute to it, that's fine. I don't see where it says we can't do that, but also,
I mean, but the way I read 5.1 is it just says you can't do anything without written consent from us. Is that not how that
That's how that reads.
Because you own the building.
And then if you do something to the building that's considered a fixture, then it remain, or it's improved, it remains part of the building. It doesn't,
It stays with the building.
I mean, this is kind of weird because this isn't, typically you're talking about somebody who's going to take their property and leave when they're done. That's generally, I mean, that's not necessarily what we're going to be doing
Well,
here.
I mean, and the other weird part about this lease is that the town's still fitting the bill for it. I mean, nobody's paying rent
Yeah.
to be in this
Rent.
building.
That's true.
So the town is already incurring
And I don't,
all that cost.
I mean, they're paying for
It's-
utilities
I mean, we're paying utilities, so
Well-
you have taxes,
and insurance and,
and we have insurance also.
Right.
so, I mean, there's things.
We understand that, but it's not a typical, we're paying you lease, you know, I mean, so we're gonna have to work together. And this is just trying to ensure that the boards in the future work together also.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really kind of what it's about. And not just neglecting it, you know, leaving you guys on your own to do whatever you have to do, and like you've already said, you're on a shoestring budget. And if it gets into disrepair, who's at fault? That's the board, in my opinion. And that's what we're trying to do here, so that later on, this keeps going and people are actually, I mean, we had one in the past, but we never even,
I didn't know it.
and it needed to be updated. But,
In the past, we were always kind of instructed to work through the Parks Board as the first option.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still?
No, we would like to cut the park board out of it. They don't want it. It's not that we're taking it from them, they don't want it. And it just makes more sense to just go straight to each other. I mean, why have a middleman? I mean,
and is
So
that,
that
we're
line
gonna,
is their budget,
we're
they
gonna-
have.
we're gonna pull the two lines together?
Add that amount into your budget?
we haven't discussed that yet, but I mean, that would be,
yeah, that
Makes
would make more
sense.
sense.
Would you have
Really
a separate
matter that-
budget for the REH Center, REH building?
we
There would be
we
a-
already have an REH.
Line item.
Line item. So it would just,
But it's not-
rather than taking half of that and give it, because historically, I think it was pretty much an even split almost. Like,
It started out that way. I think at the end here, it's been different, but, I mean, it doesn't, it all comes out of the same. The only reason, we've got the Parks Board separated, which I don't, from what I understand, not everybody does that. So everybody usually operates out of one, and then Parks budget comes out of its own, out of a line in the budget. But, I mean, if we're gonna have them come to us, then there's no reason to have a separate line item.
Right.
It would just be combined in one approval, and then you're not fixed on who can pay this amount and who can pay this amount. Just
I
do
agree.
it once and move forward.
But I think that's actually for a different meeting.
Yeah.
This meeting has to stay
Right.
Yeah.
with the lease, so.
Also, going back to Article 1, I don't think that line, including the Parks area driveway, I think that's naming what you guys are allowed to use.
Okay.
Is that not how that reads? This is what property, what the premises are being leased. And if we don't let you use the parking areas, I mean, I don't know, I don't see a need for that to come out, I guess. I mean, if you
Yeah,
want.
that's how I read that.
I mean, I've only got this today, so
Yeah, because it says.
I'm trying to
it says
catch up.
At the end, it says the collectively referred to as the leased premises.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
It's just like we asked Roger to remove that semi and sit there for 3 months. And then he had it on the square for another couple of months. That's a big mess.
I guess what I was getting at, I just didn't want.
Yeah. Well,
I
it,
just wanted to be clarified
Yeah.
that we were not gonna be responsible for repairing the sidewalks and.
Right.
Well, I mean, Article 1
Yeah,
is
so-
titled lease premises, and
Yeah.
that's included part of that, so.
Okay.
well, just,
We'll just,
I don't know if it matters, but
I
there
mean,
is,
it's in
a-
section
there is,
4.2
there is a
that we put it
section
in
saying,
there.
don't rely on the titles. Just, they're just there for reference. So the title doesn't necessarily, it has to read correctly. But and I think that's how it reads. I think,
Well, because 4.2 has it in there, so it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it stays in or
Correct.
comes out. I think everything else is pretty standard, it's just who's responsible for what is really the heart of it. And if this one were to be signed today, it would put the town, I mean, responsible for everything financially. And we just, the budget constraints that you all have, I just don't know what your budget is every year. This might,
that might actually help us figure that out.
I mean, so, yeah, I don't think that that's an issue. I mean, it's our building. We should be responsible for it. But I know there was wording in here where it talked about being able to do it in a timely manner. Basically doing our due diligence and making sure. But it's not something that we're gonna bankrupt the town by,
yeah,
we don't have to spend all the money just to fix the building and then not have anything left over.
yeah.
We still have the right to say, sorry, we don't have the money. It's gonna have to wait until we figure it out.
Stacy, do you have a time frame on that roof needing to be replaced? Within 6 months, a year and a half, as soon as possible, as that is? Has anyone told you how bad it is?
Knock on wood, we don't have any leaks that we know of, but I would say within the next 2 years, Eric, what do you say? I mean, give or take a year to 2 years. I
I'm
mean, you
surprised
saw
it's-
what
I'm
quotes
still-
you
I'm
were
surprised it's
part of
still
it,
there.
and I mean, yeah,
Okay.
we're lucky that we have it.
I would say, any idea how old the current roof is?
Probably original,
It's
Okay,
original, it's
okay.
been recoated.
set for coating, yeah.
Okay,
It's been
yeah.
recoated, but,
Same as the floor.
and
Okay.
there has been,
I was like, you're gonna say like 25 years or something.
Oh, you're dying.
Since I've been on the board, there have been a few small holes, but Dennis has got up and recoated those areas.
Okay,
And taken care of it, but that's not going to,
okay.
And do you have bids on the new one now, or replacement, whatever?
I mean,
it
we
is?
had one that we thought we were gonna have done by Stoles, and the town had, we put the deposit down and raised that, and then they came
For the
back
routine part of it,
and-
yeah. But if they want new
pulled it,
ones, then that's,
and
that's
they
all
realized
that's.
that they- and then
That's just the
also
routine
structurally,
maintenance
they
and
said that
repair.
we couldn't do it after they had been there.
Oh.
You don't have
So we have
Oh, yeah,
a quote for
right, you're right. I'm
84,000,
sorry.
and then, Corey had gotten one that was
128.
128, and we had one that was like 140 something, 50 something, somewhere in there.
I think that was with additional
Yeah.
insulation. That was the rubber roofing. That wasn't the, what it's currently got now is roller roofing.
Yeah.
And
And Stoll
it's asphalt
put
based.
a metal roof on, but he said, metal company wouldn't guarantee the metal would last that long, so he backed out of the contract, because the slope was too low. If it'd been a higher slope, then they'd have guaranteed the metal, but now they won't, because it's too low a slope.
But I would say the sooner the better, especially since a new floor is in.
Yeah. Anything else on this?
I don't have any arguments with it. I mean, I agree that it's the town's building. The town should take care of.
My only other question, and I tried calling Adam today, I sent him an email on Friday, and he was out, and he's still not back in today. Do either one of us need to list each other as additional insured? Just to help cover?
That's probably not a bad idea. We'd have to call our insurance carrier.
We use the same people.
Same, yeah.
What do you cover now, Stacy, on your end? Just
We
activities?
just carry liability.
Just activities that goes on there? And what does the town cover?
We have everything.
Everything.
Yeah, the building, yeah,
Inside and outside?
yes.
Section 8.2 in this has the insurance provisions. And I don't know if you guys want to look at those coverage amounts. Property damage coverage with limits of not less than 1 million per occurrence and 2 million in the aggregate.
That's what we carry.
Okay.
You can call, make sure that see what we got and. Anything else?
Keep going back to the roof. Is that something you guys are going to start applying for, grants, or requesting from the state, or how all that works?
So, I mean,
For money specifically for the roof?
so, right, so it has been looked into. Vanessa's looked into it. Got a couple quotes of her own. And, when is your meeting with Robert?
Friday.
Friday? And she'll be discussing options for funding then also. So it is being looked at, but we don't have anything for you at this time. But it is being looked into.
You won't have it till 2027?
I'm sorry?
It won't be available 2027 or not 2027?
It'd be in the 2027 budget, whatever we can.
Yeah, I understand.
Scrounge
You don't
up.
know what that is, but yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had my meeting with Robert yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're falling behind. No, you're probably on time.
No,
It's usually in August, isn't it?
no, I usually have mine in July, the end of
Oh,
Usually the
July,
same time we have ours.
yeah. But mine's not till Friday now.
Okay.
Well, absolutely not rushing anybody. We got as much time as you wanna put into it.
I'm good.
If anybody's got anything else wrong, or any other questions about it, absolutely anything. Just
Yeah,
trying to- just
the
trying to fill
term.
Awkward silence.
What did we determine on the term? The initial term and then,
So the initial term would be well, until December 31st, 2027.
okay,
And then we'd have to do a new one for January 1, 2028 to December 31st, I guess, 2032 or
Yeah.
whatever.
That way it falls.
you wanna
Do
do
we
it
wanna
every
do
four,
it-
you wanna do 48 months?
Yeah, that way it falls with the election, with our term.
Do you want to
That
do
way-
it at the very beginning of the next term, or, okay?
That way if somebody new comes in, they right away wonder about this.
Okay. I didn't know if we want to give it a little bit of time after that or not.
They're just gonna let the new people in.
That's right.
So
Here.
what if we're not even around?
Honestly, with some of the stuff that has just came up, if they had just given me a heads up at the very first, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of stuff that's just kinda, surprise.
Yeah, but
It's
just think
yours.
he wasn't alone previously, didn't know either.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't anybody's fault but time. Time got hold of it.
Honestly, I was just thinking about myself, as I'm all new to this, so that's what I was thinking
Start
of.
until we sign it.
You know, we're gonna throw you to the wolves, bud. So.
Well, sounds like it.
And then when do we, there, in 4.2, there's a deadline for budget. Are we sticking with May?
And that would basically just be
Yeah. When would you
what
need
we've
to-
asked for. What we've asked for.
By May 31st.
Yeah, that'd be fine. You guys okay with that? Stay with the same deadline for,
Yes, which I think I was the 1st of June or middle of June time. I
Okay.
got everything to them this year, my wish list, want list.
So May 31st?
You usually don't make your budget up to July, right?
do what?
When do you make your budget?
Middle of July.
She starts
No.
putting it all
Yeah.
together.
But she starts
Yeah,
putting
I
it
start
together.
doing it as
and-
soon as I can get June closed out. Yeah,
So,
They don't
May
give us very
31st
much time
gives us time to look
work
over
on
it.
it.
And it gives them time to build up an idea, so.
I don't see anything else.
You what? Yeah.
Okay, what about this one?
What was it?
48 months.
48 months?
Yep.
Is this place capable of getting a state bond for the funds that you need and you pay out so long period of time? Do you know that answer?
I don't know that answer.
Because there's money out there, I know.
No.
And maybe for certain things, I don't know that, but I know it's out there. About 30 years or however long you want it. That you might not be able to get it all in your budget, which I'm sure you won't. But maybe get a third of it or 25% of it or something like that over a period of time.
Mm.
I know Jim McDonald always gets bonds for whatever the city of Princeton needs, and he had no trouble selling them. So,
Oh, that's not how that works. It's a firm in Indianapolis that does it. And he,
well, okay.
yeah, yeah.
You know somebody that knows somebody.
It's Baker Tilling, Yeah. That's how Fort Branch does it as well. They use the same firm in Indianapolis.
And have you guys ever dealt with on?
Not since I've been on here.
It's just school board.
Hmm?
That's who we, school board just did, they, probably got the new building, did the bond, bigger. Flipping subjects just a little bit. So the park board put in those new cameras, and they're using our internet service, and they said they would start splitting the bill with us.
Okay.
Is that good to go? Because they added a lot more cameras than what? That was one of our questions with them, right, Barry? Everybody that, like, we can't be responsible, I mean, or don't feel like we should be responsible for.
They had proposed it, but I don't think there's been any further
Yes.
discussion.
So, as far as I know, they haven't came to us about paying for that,
Or
which,
splitting the bill.
and which, I mean, and they may, that might be on their next meeting next week, or our next meeting next week.
Do you know how much it is?
But it's not something that we can
Our internet bill. will not-
discuss or approve this meeting.
$190 a month.
That ain't bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's gonna be an issue, but this is the only thing that we
I
can
just
make.
wanted to put it out there.
Thank you. All right, if there's nothing else about the lease,
I'm just making, I just want to make sure that the terms, because we talked about it, are we doing one now for, until today, until December 31st, 2027, and then in January, we're going to sign a new lease for 48 months?
yes.
Okay.
And you have a few changes to make to this one?
I don't really,
Well, no, just verbiage, basically.
I think there's just like a few little typos, and then there was this thing about the wall paneling to take out. But I think you guys agreed on everything on section 4.2, and section 5.1 can stay in. Says they can help with improvements
Yep.
with our permission. So if you're fine with everything, and May 31st is in there, and we have the insurance, we have the amount that's required for the lessee, and we have to keep insurance on it. I think everything else is just defaults and boilerplate. They're allowed to use it for their purposes, as long as it's, up here with the, the occupancy and use. It has to be for, used occupied solely for park, fitness, recreation, education, related community purposes. Everything else is just what happens if things fall apart. Fire, condemnation. So the big one is 4.2.
And
And if you guys
I'm
agree
also
to
thinking
everything
about
in
this
there,
terms
then.
again.
what do you want me to do?
I'm not,
Speaking of fire, that needs to be cleaned up. And from our little Fourth of July incident.
It was my understanding that he is supposed to be taking care of that.
Roger?
no.
The guy,
Roger got the guy supposed to be taking care of it.
he's supposed to be paying to take care of that, so we'll,
And if not,
We're-
our camera off and.
we'll reach out to Roger, but that, he was supposed to cover that. The last update I had from Roger on that.
So we're ending the lease at the end of the year.
20.
Don't
At the
you-
end- At the end of 20,
Well, at the end of 2027. Don't you normally negotiate before the end of that? You wouldn't wait till it's over and then sign up again. You would sign up to extend it.
I mean,
Does
you
that
can do
not-
it either way.
doesn't
I mean,
matter?
You can do it, it expires on December 31st, and you can renegotiate and then have a new lease January 1st with the new negotiated terms, or you can just assign 2 of them right now if you wanted to.
Well, I'm just thinking that if it ends prior to the new,
I mean, and if you want to have
Board.
another special session and negotiate before January 1st, 2020.
Well, so that, I think that's kind of the point. So the new board would have the opportunity to renegotiate.
after it's already expired.
We can
But that's
carry
what.
it.
It carries- it carries-
It goes month to month.
Either party has the right, or like, was it 90 days before?
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
changes.
Yeah, they would have time. They don't like get kicked out on that day.
Okay.
There's a, I mean,
It's kind of an auto renewal, but if you want to make changes.
it's just a
right, right, either
renegotiation
party
period.
Or 90 days beforehand.
It's just to make sure that it's current, instead of going almost 30 years.
Yeah, like this one.
When is voting for the new board? Is it in January or is it in December? So like, would we know the new members by January 1st to change?
Oh, yes. You'll know them by
The
November.
election's in November.
Election's in
They get
November.
elected in November.
And sometimes you know who it is, and,
And no one's opposed, you don't know way before they do.
is that right? Is that when they do
Yeah,
that?
if nobody's running and
Yeah.
there's a primary, whenever the
Primary.
primary is it May?
Like
Primary?
everybody else.
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah.
Everything else is.
Yeah, so there's the opportunity, you could know 8 months in advance who's gonna be.
Yeah,
You got till July. If somebody's uncontested, you gotta take credits till July. If the Republican won the primary, they got till July the 7th or 8th
To run in the opposite
to
party.
run in the opposite party, right?
Mhm.
So they do have time to just sit there and not say nothing, and then all of a sudden,
It used to be a little later, but it used to be
which
like
don't
15,
usually happen at the end.
1993.
Or has always been later.
Yeah. Early in July.
Pretty much goes after the primary.
Oh, yeah.
That's a long
We
time ago.
got windows in there somewhere.
All right.
We don't-
Sandy, can we understand, can we add Eric's
County
name
chairman trying
as
to
also
get
be
people
signed
running
for us along
against
with
you,
Jen,
because we don't have anybody running.
Eric?
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I've been.
What are the names again? I'm
I've
sorry.
been approached, that somebody wanted
Eric
somebody
Smith.
really good thing.
Okay. And what's
That person
Eric's
said,
title?
Not gonna happen.
We're gonna say, we're gonna say VP.
VP. And who else?
Jennifer,
Jennifer, last name?
PFOHL,
Okay. And your title?
treasurer.
Anything else?
Well, you can vote in a special session. I don't know if y'all want to probably vote to accept the contract as is, if you want to.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Everybody said their piece?
Stacy's happy, I'm happy.
Okay.
Tell my husband.
I don't have to,
I know.
because I'm gonna go a little bit farther past your house, so.
All right, I will make a motion to accept the lease agreement between the Town of Owensville and the Owensville REH Center Incorporated as written.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
It's just done.
Okay, and then at some time, we do need to, I don't know, include you guys in the alumni board and the REH board. That's another whole board that's thrown in there that,
So what is your, what are the responsibilities of the alumni board?
they are supposed to be responsible for everything that hangs on the walls and the frames and all that, which we
Remember
had Mark,
obedience.
we had Mark fix some, organization that needs to kind of roles who's responsible for what there.
Like, to do the epoxy floor, we requested, I don't know, we're gonna give them 5 weeks' notice. That they needed to remove stuff from the cabinets, so we can move those to get the epoxy done. I ended up doing it. You know, it was the Sunday before they were there to do it.
Well, Margot did come down, but she couldn't move it all. Couldn't
Well-
get
That
down
would
and
be,
said he
that would be
didn't have
another
keys.
contract between the town and the alumni board. And I'm sorry, you said they do all the memorabilia and everything hanging on the wall? And
That's what they're responsible for, and then maintenance of the cases and all the picture frames and the desk and tables and glass cases, which I think Margot, we're trying to eliminate a couple of those glass cases, and there's stuff in those that doesn't really pertain to, like there was trophies in there from being in the Watermelon Festival parade. That's not part of the school. There's a lot that
Okay.
she wants us to come down and go through on her table.
Some of it's become a catch-all.
Yeah. But we have repaired, or had Mark repair a couple of the cases, because screws were hanging out and a walker kid run by, they're gonna get cut. We've had frames fall off the walls, so.
Who all's on the alumni board?
You know, Linda Fresno,
Linda Presnell. Quentin Emerson is president. Angie used to be, but is not. Donnie Barrett and Rhonda Kelly, Rhonda Wells is on some days and off some days, I don't know. Let me find the right text. Peggy Callis, Chad Mayer, Karen Davis. And Margot is really not on the board, but they've kept her on to take care of the memorabilia supposedly. And where all the pictures got taken out of the frames, she's working on making copies and getting those back in.
Alright. Do you have numbers?
I have some, and then I have numbers that I don't know who they belong to on the text. I have Clinton's number,
I
and I
get
can get you and Margot. And the rest, I don't know who they belong to.
Alright, I'll get Quentin's from you here in a minute after we close this meeting. So, as far as the lease goes, everybody good?
yeah,
Okay. Make a motion to adjourn the special meeting between Owensville and the REH board for the lease at 7:24 PM.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.